I've taught myself 4 languages since graduating college, all at an intermediate level or higher, and all while working full time. And I'm not special. The difference between people who succeed and people who don't isn't their schedule, it's what they believe about themselves. Think about a kid who refuses to learn to swim, won't go near the deep end. Parents try everything: lessons, encouragement, bribes. Nothing works. Then one day, his best friend, same age, same size, no special athletic ability, jumps in and swims across the pool. And suddenly, that same day, the kid who couldn't swim is swimming. Nothing changed physically, no new lesson, no breakthrough technique. The only thing that changed was that he finally had proof it was possible for someone like him. Stanford researchers have a name for this. They call it self-efficacy, the belief that a goal is actually achievable for you specifically. And what they found is that this belief doesn't just affect how confident you feel, it determines how you respond when things get hard. Two people hit the same obstacle. The one who believes that the goal is within reach finds a way around it. The one who doesn't accepts it as confirmation that they just aren't cut out for this. It's not a motivation problem, it's a belief problem. And it's exactly what's happening when busy adults say that they don't have time to learn Italian. When fluency feels like a fantasy, something other people do, people with more time, more talent, better circumstances, every obstacle confirms what you already suspected. Of course it's not working. You're too busy, too old, just not good at languages. But when you genuinely believe fluency is possible, the same obstacle becomes a puzzle. You look for a workaround that gets you where you need to go, and you find it. So before we get into the practical stuff, I want to call out what's actually in the way. It's not your calendar. It's the deeply buried belief that fluency isn't realistic for someone like you. That belief is wrong. And by the end of this video, I think you'll see why. If you're new here, this channel is all about language acquisition for busy adults. Real methods, no apps, no classrooms. Subscribe and stick around. Now, here's the part that surprises most people. The daily commitment is actually a lot smaller than you think. And the time, it's already in your day. You're just not using it yet. I covered this in depth in another video, and I'll put that link in the description if you want the full breakdown. But the short version is this: 20 to 30 minutes a day is enough to make consistent progress. That's it. Not 2 hours, not a dedicated study block, 20 minutes. The bar to success is far lower than most people realize, and that time already exists in most people's days. The question is where it lives in your day specifically. If you commute by car, there's an opportunity right there. Italian audio, podcasts, content playing while you drive. Your commute just became a classroom. Public transit is even better. You can watch YouTube videos, TV shows, or even just follow subtitles. Same idea, headphones in, Italian content on. Working from home? The commute window doesn't exist for you, but the transitions do. Before you open your laptop in the morning, on your lunch break, or as a way to reset after the workday. There's something grounding about switching your brain into Italian to unwind at the end of a stressful day. It creates a real barrier between work and the rest of your evening. And then there's a whole other category of busy, the kind where the day isn't even really yours to begin with. Parents, your time is the hardest to find, but it's there. Before the house wakes up, even just 20 minutes is yours. So is the drive to practice and the wait in the parking lot while you're picking them up. So is folding laundry once the day starts to quiet down. The day is full of moments that belong to you. They're just easy to miss. You don't need a perfect schedule. You need a version of this that fits your actual life. And that version exists regardless of how busy you are. The method is flexible by design because it's built around your real life, not an idealized one where you have 2 free hours every evening. The last piece of this is also the most underrated. None of what I'm about to share is complicated, but stack enough of it together and fluency stops feeling like something you're chasing and starts feeling like something that's just happening. Some of it is proactive. Small decisions you make once that seamlessly work in the background without asking much of you. Setting your phone in Italian, following Italian accounts on social media so that the language shows up in your daily scroll without any extra effort, pre-picking the content you're going to practice with so that when a window opens up in your day, There's zero friction. You just press play. These are small things and just a few examples, but there are endless versions of them. And the more you can incorporate, the more Italian you'll find in your everyday life. Put those in place and let them run. Now, here's the part nobody plans for: reacting when life gets in the way, because it will. Work gets relentless, the routine falls apart, and the last thing on your mind is sticking with Italian. On those days, shrink the goal. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, one short video in the car, something. Just get a win. The objective is to keep the chain alive and Italian at the top of mind. A small practice on a hard day is worth more than you think, because it's the difference between a rough week and completely falling off. Have a piece of content you genuinely love: a show, a podcast, a YouTube channel in Italian that you'd watch even if fluency wasn't the goal. Even a playlist of your favorite Italian songs can do the trick. This is your fallback. When motivation disappears, and at some point it will, this is what you come back to. And don't be discouraged if you have a bad week. A bad week isn't quitting. The people who get fluent aren't the ones who never stumble. They're the ones who find their way back on track. You don't have to do every single one of these tips. Each one makes success more likely, but it's not all or nothing. Stack as many as you can, and eventually the question stops being, will I get there? And starts being, how fast? I learned Italian, Spanish, German, and French while working full time. No marathon study sessions, no dedicated study blocks, just 20 to 30 minutes at a time attached to things I was already doing, built into the cracks of a full schedule, exactly the way we just talked about. Over the course of a few years, it added up to 4 languages. The journey was so much more manageable than I ever could have imagined starting out. You can do this. Subscribe and stick around, step by step, at your own pace. No textbooks, no stress.